greatest thing we can do is get rid of the virus, because then everything comes back together. Then you don't need stimulus once that's happening. And what is happening is the stimulus. You know, we're talking about $3 trillion, not just $2 trillion, $3 trillion. It could even go to $6 trillion. And we're going to have a tremendous year next year because of what we're doing and laying the seeds.
That was the president last night at the town hall, the Fox News town hall. They were in front of the Lincoln Memorial. It was a beautiful sight. We all watched it last night. Let's bring in House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy to react to that statement. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning. Thanks for having me back on.
Good morning. You're welcome. So do you think that there should be more relief?
Yes, I do. I mean, the one thing I see, and I'm back in Washington today, I'm watching the Senate work. I think the House needs to work. I'm on a bipartisan panel. Republicans laid out today a plan, a 4-phase plan, how Congress can work. I mean, we sit here and we look at the doctors, the delivery drivers, the dispatchers. They're doing everything they can to work through this pandemic, except Congress is not. Republicans have a plan to get us back to work, and the first phase is let's get our committees back. We don't have to have all of our committees at once, but let's work on the bills that are most needed. That's about funding. That's about national defense. That's about our water resources. They can take up the big room so they have the social distancing. These bills are more not partisan, but bipartisan, bicameral. So they're not wasting anybody's time. They're needed, essential bills. Once we pass those, you could bring all of Congress back to vote, and we change our voting structure, that it's a longer vote. Not everybody's on the floor at once. We could put plexiglass up, much like our grocery stores do in the areas that are congested. These are the ways that we can make Congress actually work, because I believe we're essential instead of staying home.
Yeah. What did you make over the weekend, Mr. Leader, of Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi put out a letter together and said that while the president had offered some of the quick testing machinery for Congress, they declined it, saying it should go to other places. Would that I mean, they use it at the White House so that everybody who comes in contact with the top executives of the country, they know whether or not that person has it. Do you think Mitch and Nancy got it right? Congress doesn't need that stuff?
No, I actually have a difference of opinion. I would have it here. Remember, as we open up, you have to be prepared for any flare-up. And that's how you deal with it. And having a machine here, especially when Congress is working, when you have the individuals, the staff, you want to limit the number of staff, the press and others. Inside those committee rooms, you can test. That's probably just 100 more tests in that process. Maybe it would keep us safer. It would keep the essential work of Congress going instead of staying home. I think that would be critical at the same time. And if there is a flare-up, you make sure that it does not continue to grow. You quarantine the area, and you have tracing to be able to protect.
Well, no doubt about it. You have a plan to get back to work. The Senate is back to work. Nancy Pelosi ran for the hills. So hopefully people understand there's a reason to be fearful, but there's a way to do it. The same way you can go to CVS, you can go to your food store. There's ways to do it in other stores, and there's ways to do it in Congress. You are an essential worker. Let's talk about California. What's also essential is that the governor looks at your state as diverse as it actually is. So many are getting upset because they're being lumped in with Los Angeles, and they are defying the lockdown orders. I hope I say this right. Modoc, Sutter, and in Yuba, they are doing their own thing and opening up stores and defying the governor. Who's going to win this standoff?
Well, I hope there is not a standoff. Remember, California is 40 million people. 12% of the entire population of the United States lives in California, but California is about 4 states in themselves. And there's areas that have dense population and some that have large social distancing. Those counties that you mentioned are not very large, but large in size, but not in population. Just as the governors are making decisions and not the president about their states, we should allow local government to make decisions because they know best. So they know how to manage and deal with that situation. That's why one size does not fit all for California. Let's work with the local community. Just to watch this governor make a decision about the beaches in Orange County while the locals wanted to be able to open it up. They had social distancing. It's warm outside and others. And they're the ones with the local public health that are dealing with these situations. They are the best of knowledge on the ground. Let's coordinate together, and let's not make one size fits all, just as we wouldn't for the entire entire nation. Now remember, in California, we have a Democrat Speaker of the House. That Democrat Speaker in the State Assembly is actually bringing their members back this week. Unfortunately, in Congress, which I believe is more essential, is not. But we have a plan to bring people back in a safe manner, working with public health and others. Just as I was in Home Depot and Lowe's this weekend, I think Congress can open up, put some plexiglass, and actually get to work.
Thank you so much, Leader, for being with us.